Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Bits of Krish. The battle rages on. Gamers and reviewers are divided over the latest Ubisoft entry, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ever since its announcement in September 2022, this highly anticipated game has been scrutinized at every turn. Does it accurately portray the history of Japan, or is it an imaginative tale of a rogue assassin set against the backdrop of tumultuous 16th century Japan? The controversy continues. Some perceived it as disrespectful to Japanese culture, while others criticized its combat mechanics, comparing them to more refined action games like Ninja Gaiden, Elden Ring and Black Myth Wukong. Amidst all this, I dove in, and in today's video I'm going to decode how much of the game is real history and how much is pure creative genius. By the end, I promise you'll have a fresh take on the game. So let's hop in. The game introduces Yasuke right from the start. Legend has it that the African warrior became a samurai under the legendary Oda Nobunaga during Japan's feudal era in 1579, a time of great turmoil, with betrayal and the fight for power teetering on the edge of war. Yasuke served Nobunaga and fought in many battles alongside him. Historically, Yasuke was known for his unwavering loyalty and immense physical strength. Creative liberty alert. The developers took Yasuke's undeniable presence and gave him the iconic assassin flair, agility, precision, and of course, some killer moves like kicking enemies into oblivion, delivering swift horizontal slashes, or crashing through walls. So far, the game leans closer to historical accuracy while weaving in that signature Assassin's Creed touch. Even Oda Nobunaga doesn't shy away from his tyrannical warlord reputation as depicted in history books. The game portrays him as a ruthless leader obsessed with unifying Japan, and that's not entirely wrong. Nobunaga was a visionary who used both diplomacy and brutality to shape his legacy. But here's the twist. Assassin's Creed Shadows painted him as both a villain and a tragic hero, driven by ambition and betrayal. Historically, Nobunaga's story ends with his betrayal by one of his own generals, Akechi Mitsuhide. The game flips the script, suggesting that secret assassin's order and hidden conspiracies pushed Mitsuhide towards the infamous betrayal. At this point, the game introduces NAOE, a new member of the Assassin's Brotherhood who might eventually be the one to take down Nobunaga. Yet to see. NAOE hails from a village that was attacked by Nobunaga's men, where she witnessed her father's brutal murder right before her eyes. Rising from the ashes, she embarks on a trail of bloodshed and revenge. It's classic Assassin's Creed, blending documented history with secret shadow wars. The creative liberty here lies in transforming Nobunaga's downfall into more than just a political event. It becomes part of a greater Assassin versus Templar conflict. Genius or too far-fetched? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now let's address one of the game's most heated controversies: destructible shrines and temples and climbable torii gates, which raised a lot of eyebrows. Initially, Ubisoft allowed players to destroy objects within sacred Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples. That didn't sit well with many in Japan, including Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, who condemned it as culturally insensitive, fearing it might encourage real-world vandalism. The backlash is understandable. Cultural nuances aren't meant to be dabbled with. That said, while playing, I noticed some minute details that intrigued me. For example, right by the shrines and temples, the game gives you the option to reflect on the protagonist's past. The introduction of Kujikiri, a form of self-healing through the remembrance of the past. It's a beautiful nod to Japanese culture and heritage, carefully and respectfully placed in a calm, natural setting. I believe that deserved an honest shout-out. Additionally, before climbing the torii gates, the game cautions you against it, emphasizing that doing so damages the integrity of these sacred pillars. In response to the backlash, Ubisoft released a day one patch that made shrine tables and racks indestructible while also toning down the levels of bloodshed in these sacred spaces. It was a much needed fix to respect the cultural nuances of these sites while still preserving the game's immersive environment. I'd love to approach this aspect with more open-mindedness, rather than fixating on whether the game is historically accurate. After all, Yasuke never performed parkour across Kyoto's rooftops, and Nobunaga probably didn't face any hidden cults of assassins. But that blend of authenticity with a touch of creative chaos is what makes the game so captivating. One thing the developers absolutely nailed is the setting. From the narrow streets of Kyoto to the sprawling temples of Nara, the game's recreation is mind-blowing. They took great care to capture the architecture and culture of the Sengoku period. But it wouldn't be an Assassin's Creed without a bit of fantasy. In-game, Kyoto is filled with secret passages and rooftop routes perfect for assassins. In reality, not so much. Most samurai and warriors fought head-on, and while stealth was valued, it wasn't as cinematic as the game portrays. What I love most is how the developers developers didn't shy away from blending historical accuracy with a hint of fairy tale magic. And isn't that tightrope between fact and fiction the true beauty of Assassin's Creed? It pulls us into history, makes us question it, and then leave us wanting to know more about the real stories behind the legends. I hope this deep dive has given you fresh insights into the fascinating interplay between fact and fiction in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Happy gaming, and may your journey through history be as thrilling as the legends themselves. Ciao ciao.